Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, I forgot to move my microphone into place. Oh, boy. Oh, jeez. Wait. Hey. Hi. Oh, hello. Hello there. Hi. Welcome. I am a professional who was definitely prepared well ahead of time and not even a little bit um, rushing to be ready. Hi. Oh boy, my cords are all over the place. Why is this happening? How could this happen to me? How is everyone today? This evening? This very fine, lovely evening. Look at that lovely teal hair. Yes, thank you. I have put a little bit of my usual pink, just a tiny little, but the teal, of course, has to dominate. It always has to. Jammy Dodgers just left. She has been behind my butt. She's been being a butt Dodgers. And she just decided that I'm talking too much, so she's left me. Hello, Leo and Melissa and Ray and Dame and Najwa and Ghislaine and Bow and Arrows and Pandy. Welcome, everybody, and welcome, lurkers. They are great shades, yes. They're two of my... Well, okay, I have to... Here's the thing about pink. I'm funny about pink. I really love a hot pink. But mostly, I only want pink when it's paired with teal. Or cyan. Or like lime green. There's like specific colors that I only enjoy when they are combined with each other. You like that it kind of makes me look like I have a toque on. Really? I look like I'm wearing a toque? That's an interesting interpretation. You got a new kitty? Oh, how come we haven't seen photos of the kitty? Ghislaine, we need photos of the kitty. I haven't seen any on your Instagram. I haven't seen any in Discord. What the hell, dude? Hello, Abby. Welcome, welcome. How old is the kitty? How old is the kitty? We need to know about the kitty. Tell me about the kitty. My undyed hair looks like a toque. Oh, I see. You're saying that it looks like I'm wearing a gray toque over top of the little fringy hair. That's hilarious. But you know what? I kind of see it. I kind of see it. That's so funny. Hey, Tina. Yeah, I demand to see Kitty immediately. You keep running out of storage. Oh my god. Go post in Discord right now. She's 8 months old and her name is Electra. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have opened up Discord so that I can see the kitty as soon as it's posted. And it looks like Leo has posted. Leo has posted a stream buddy. Hello, little guy. Who is this goofy little character? Who is this goofy little character, Leo? We have to take a moment. We have to take a moment. We have very important stream business here. Hang on. I gotta listen. The polish matters, but but look at this. Look at this creature. Hang on. Look at that little guy. Look at that goofy little guy. This is Leo's creature. Lenny, you have arrived exactly just in time. Who is this cutie patootie, Leo? We must know who this creature is, because this creature is truly majestic. Okay. All right. I'm gonna I'm going to close that and I'm going to see if, oh my goodness. Okay, we have, we have Electra photos. Okay, hang on. We have Electra photos. Look at Electra. Oh, she's such a pretty little tortie. What a cutie. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, the baby. Oh, the baby. What a good kitty. Leo's creature is named Mr. Mouse. That's adorable. That is so good. Okay. All right. Y'all, I officially love Electra. Okay, we do need to we are here for a reason that is besides pets though. Mr. Mouse, light of my life. Mr. Mouse is a perfect blep gremlin. Yes, I agree. He's been standing there doing the same pose for 10 minutes. Hello, Rachel. Welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well that was a perfect intro to stream. Yeah, if she's, what did she say, 8 months? Yeah. So 8 months, she'll still do a little growing up and then start to fill out. Timonie's paws were still a little bit big at that stage. Only one thought per sometimes. Oh my goodness. So teeny, needs her to catch up to her siblings. Yeah. The babies. Oh my goodness. Timonie is finally like basically starting to look like an adult cat now. He's like a year and a half or a year and a few months. I think he was born in like March. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. So like a year and 3 months or so. He's starting to look like an adult cat, but he's still like so much smaller than Cinna. Cinna's enormous. Just like built like a brick shithouse. Hey, does anyone want to talk about nail polish? Let's talk about nail polish. That's what we're here for. So let's do it. Well, Timonie, we got him at we've had him for, I think we got him in September. I think we got him in September or August, maybe late August. But yeah, he was born in March. So, Dame, you want to talk about nail polish? Tina, you want to talk about nail polish? Okay. All right. We got two people that want to talk about nail polish. So let's talk about nail polish. Let me bring up the info sheet here. So the collection we're looking at today is Arcana Lacquer's Memories of a Kingdom. And this is, for now, an 8-piece collection. There are 3 other polishes that exist for this collection that go with them. However, they are PBE exclusives, and I can't show them to you yet. But know that those will exist as well, or do exist as well, and will be made available later. And I will be doing a PBE exclusives stream at some point in time with a variety of different brands, products. So, but for now, we have an 8-piece collection. It is inspired by they call it the full heartbreaking journey through Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Now I have to confess that the last Zelda game that I would say that I properly played was Ocarina of Time. I did get, I guess it was Breath of the Wild. That's the one where you wake up and it's been 100 years. And I'm pretty sure that's the correct one. Someone will let me know if I'm wrong about that. But I got that. I have it for the Switch. I started trying to play it, and I just found it. I didn't like the combat. I liked the world. The world was beautiful, but it's the kind of combat that I really hate. I don't like that type of combat, especially against the like horrifying robot creatures that come up out of the ground. I was not okay with that. So I had to stop playing that. But I did get to watch Brian playing parts of Tears of the Kingdom. But I mean, I played the very first Zelda a million years ago when I was a kid, and I played Ocarina of Time. So I'm not a Zelda fan. I haven't played the newer ones. So yeah, these ones will be at PBE, and then there's going to be 3 more PBE exclusives. Generally speaking, Dame, it's safe to assume that most brands will make a little more than they expect to sell at PBE. If they have extras, they will typically sell them on their websites. That is sort of the standard how people do things. But there are no guarantees. However, if you have friends going to PBE who might be willing to ferry for you, you can always keep an eye out for the PBE exclusives and see if someone is willing to pick up and ferry something for you. The last one you played was Twilight Princess. I don't even know which one Twilight Princess is. And hello, Indie Cryptid. Okay. So, sorry, I'm just going to scroll up a second here because yes, the green does in fact look scrumptious. You like cute animals. Neil, what now? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's get into the polishes. I will introduce the collection first, and then we'll go through and start swatching stuff out. A bunch of these are magnetics. 5 of the 8 are magnetics, and so you know what that means. That means we're going to be doing cat eye on the wheel, and we'll do velvet on my nails because it's just going to be easier. Hey Belly, welcome. So we'll be able to see it both ways. And of course in my swatches as I post them. So I've posted like a quick little video so far, that shows all of them very briefly. But I will be posting individual swatch photos, and of course the brand has as well. Has been posting swatch videos, and so you can see them unmagnetized. You can see them. Some people have done them with bead magnetization. You'll see them velvet, cat eye, the whole 9 yards. All the other fun magnetic systems that people like to use. So lots of variety. Arcana always has a good, sizable swatching team with lots of variety in their styles. Of swatching and lighting and everything. So really good diversity there. So you should have no problem finding swatches that reflect your typical experience. So this collection launches on the 20th at arcanalacquer.com is the website. It doesn't have the time here, but I think they usually do 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern time, I think. I want to say it's 7 p.m. Eastern time is typical, but I'm sure that I will be corrected if that's wrong. Okay, so we have Eternal Night. This one is one of the magnetics. It is inspired by Ganon as the demon dragon. Here, the second one is, sorry, I didn't actually tell you the description of it. It is described as a black jelly base with purple-red shimmer and a red magnetic effect. Imposing Power is inspired by Dinraal. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. You'll get over it. The Dragon of Power. And this one is a creamy gray base with a brass copper flake and red-yellow magnetic effect. Next one up, one of my favorites, Unyielding Courage. This one is inspired by Farosh, the Dragon of Courage, and it is a muted teal with silver blue flakes and a yellow magnetic effect. So it looks very green, technically not green, but effectively green. And then we have, skip that one, Fated Hero is this one. Inspired by Link, of course. And they kind of split the difference here between his green, the traditional green outfit, and the Breath of the Wild blue outfit. So it's a grayish green base with blue shimmer and gold flakes. And then here we have Tears Forged Through Time, inspired by Zelda as the Light Dragon. This one's a light creamy teal base with gold flakes and a white magnetic effect. Follow the Flame is inspired by navigating through the Lost Woods with a torch. And that one is described as a muted slate with orange-yellow shimmer and orange-yellow flakes. And it's a sibling to Down the Riverwell and Wine of the Woods, if you're familiar with those ones. Corrupted Wisdom is inspired by Nadra, the Dragon of Wisdom, before being freed from Malice in Breath of the Wild. Deep Blue with black flakes and a purple-red magnetic effect. And then finally we have Scourge of the Land, inspired by the Malice that coats the land and the depths. It is a black jelly base with purple-red shimmer and black-red flakes. Extra red shows at extreme angles. Yes, it does. Hopefully we'll be able to see that. New lighting setup. We may be able to have an easier time showing some of the effects. Hopefully. You've got an Arcana gift card you've been itching to use. This will be an excellent opportunity to do that. So let's get into swatching, shall we? You're excited for the Down the Riverwell sibling? Yeah, I don't have Down the Riverwell, I don't think, but I have Wine of the Woods, and I really think that one's a beautiful polish. So I'm also very much a fan of this one. And of course, I love a teal. Okay, so we're going to start with Eternal Night. And I'm going to grab my velvet so that I can do this on my finger. And I guess we've got so many magnetics. It's going to be a little challenging dealing with magnetizing on the wheel, but we'll figure it out. We'll be fine. So we'll go on here first. And I think... trying to remember if I used one or two coats, or 2 or 3 coats rather, for my swatches. And I think most of them were pretty opaque in 2, but I can't recall off the top of my head. So, because it's been a little bit since I swatched these, and it's been a real busy month or so for swatching. So we're going to go here. That is a little bit too much even for my thumbnail. Oh, and I've got a hair. Love that. Love it when there's a hair. Perfect. Okay. Oi. I guess the brightness is doing okay so far. I once again, so I did have things set up reasonably well with the new lighting for stream, the last stream on Tuesday. But then I made a slight edit to it. And I have now a diffuser on both lamps instead of just on the one. So it's a little softer even than it was on Tuesday. So, but it means I had to boost everything else because if you put a diffuser on it, you don't just get softer light, you actually get less light as well. Yeah, everyone's trying to get a new release out for PBE, but also there were a bunch of Pride Month things, and you know, it's just generally kind of a busy month. So also happy Juneteenth in advance to those of you who will be celebrating. I'm gonna try and sneak in a Juneteenth mani tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do it or not, but I do normally try and do one. But this month has just been so freaking busy. And Tuesday felt too early. Plus, I had promised Leo I was going to do fruits. Okay, so there's our first coat. And then we will go Imposing Power. Do our first coat of this. I usually try and tell people like which my favorites are from any given collection. And Arcana really likes to make it difficult by doing entire collections that I'm obsessed with. And it would be easier for me to just say, like, if there's one or two that are purple, and therefore I probably like them slightly less than the rest. But this entire collection is just like, it's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. And you know, I love magnetics. I love magnetics, and Arcana does magnetics really well. So I'm always obsessed. She's so pretty. Do I have any ideas for what I'll do for Juneteenth? No. I have come up with zero ideas. What I often like to do is find some kind of cool art, typically by a Black artist, and try to do something based on that. But yeah, I don't usually plan much of anything unless someone else makes me. Usually I just kind of sit down and then go, this looks like a good idea. I'll try that. Okay, so there's our first coat of Imposing Power in velvet. You did the flag? Yeah, I've done the flag before. I've done, I can't remember. I've done a few different things. The red, white, and blue version, yeah. I think I've done both. I feel like I've done both. Okay, next up, Unyielding Courage. And of course, gorgeous, gorgeous green. Technically not actually green, but green. Oof. Oof. Oh my god, I totally dinged this finger. Look at that. Way to go, Peggy. Once again, proving my professionalism. In my defense, it is super awkward trying to manage all of these things at the same time. This is not how I typically swatch. Except when I'm doing this. Look how pretty, though. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. But yeah, I do feel like I should do something. Some sort of nail art. If I am able to. Today was like, I would have done it today, earlier in the day, but I had to take the cat to the vet. Just Jammy's every month her injection visit, and we had to do some shopping to get stuff for dinners. So it was not a nail art day, unfortunately. Okay. The next one is not a magnetic, so I get to skip one. This one is Fated Hero. And this is the one that's got like the green, it's like a muted sort of grayish green base, and then it's got that blue shimmer in it. And it's got some kind of flake, I think. What kind of flake does it say it have? I forgot. I forgot already. Fated Hero gold flakes. Okay, so they're just a straight up gold flake. And if you detect a slight bluish tinge to my nail tips, to the tips of my nails all over, but especially on the tips, I did the initial rinse out of my hair with gloves on, but then I had a quick shower, and that involved a secondary rinse, and I did not have nail polish on, so I managed to stain my nails a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure it sucks for her. She doesn't enjoy getting her monthly injection, but she does enjoy being able to walk. And the injection allows her to do that. So she can walk, she can jump, she can run around, she can do little jammy gallops. So it's worth it, even if she doesn't know that it's worth it. Okay, next one is Tears Forged Through Time. Hey, Spooky Mouse, welcome, welcome. This one is so soft. A lot of these magnetics, these like super, super fine pigment magnetics are just, they look soft to me. They always have, I don't know how to, I don't know if anybody understands what I mean when I say that they look soft, and I don't know how else to describe them besides soft. They're like, there's something about this super fine style of magnetic that just, it looks soft to me, especially, and not like soft in the diffuse kind of way, but like soft in like a satiny way. Like silky, satiny soft. Plush, sort of different. You're taking entomology? Oh my god, birds. Birds, I'm so jelly. I'm so jelly. I really desperately wanted to take an entomology course when I was in college, and they only offered every other year an entomology class, and I could not make it work with my schedule. You could only take it in third or fourth year. They didn't offer it in my third year, and then in my fourth year, I was doing too many things in an independent research project, and it would have meant a trip away and everything, and it just wasn't going to work. Because they had like a field trip like a week or something out of the province, and it was just, it wasn't going to work. But I'm jelly. You're obsessed with my Be Queer Touch Bugs flag? Yes, it's good. It's good. If anybody doesn't know what they're talking about. That was from a guy in the UK whose name I do not now recall. Dame, I mean like the visual texture of the polish. It looks soft. I I don't know how else to say it. It looks soft in the same way that like a a satin cloth that's like just draped loosely in a heap looks soft. It looks soft. Yeah, entomology class was packed full seconds after it opened. Yep. Yep. Not like velvet. Velvet is coarser. Velvet is like soft, but in a different way. Well, that's what I'm saying, Dame. Like all these super fine particle magnetics have that vibe to me. It's like silky, soft. Yeah. Yeah. Gels that are super fine magnetic look the same way to me. It's a thing. It's a thing. Okay, next one is Follow the Flame, and this is the another one that is not a magnetic. This is the Wine of the Woods sibling. And of course I adore it because it's teal and it has gorgeous flakes in it, and I love teal and flakes, especially when they are contrasty flakes. It is like one of the fastest ways to my heart right there. Yeah, if it was bigger, it would be more crunchy. I mean, I literally said the words small particle. I do not have Pangea, I think. I'm fairly certain I do not. I have almost no mooncats. Is anyone else's video a little glitchy, or are there just too many people in your house on their phones at once? I mean, you know how my internet can be sometimes, but I think it's doing okay at the moment. Okay, next one up is Corrupted Wisdom. We're going back to another magnetic here. And this one's really cool, despite being purple. Or at least the magnetic part of it is purple. I forgive it because the base is just so deliciously grungy navy, and it's just really good. So I forgive the purple magnetic part. I really, really love the base of this one a lot. I want more like this. I want more like this. Oh, I did a really bad job. Listen. I can't be expected to do a good job every time. See that red at the extreme angle though? Like it's very much a purple magnetic, but then you get that red, and then I love it. I love it. I love it. When it's red like that, it's like, oof, so good. And then it's got that delightful grungy navy with the flakies in it. So good. Okay, so people are finding a little bit of hiccuping. That one gives total bad guy vibes. I mean, it is called Corrupted Wisdom, so... Hi, Maymay. Welcome home. You like a purple with a warm red shimmer? Well, this one's a navy with a purple to red. And it's magnetic rather than shimmer. But yeah, the overall effect vibes mostly purple, but then with that red at extreme angles. So if you like a purple red shifty, you're going to enjoy this one. You can't tell there are flakies in this one, in Corrupted Wisdom. They are not like, they're not like, they're not the same kind of flakies. They're like these little matte black type rather than an iridescent flake. You consider magnetics to be a type of shimmer? That's fair. I'll allow it. Yeah, sometimes my internet is like not always optimal, unfortunately. Sometimes it just decides that it needs to be special. Okay, last one. This one is not a magnetic. This is Scourge of the Land. And this one is very much a purple to red shimmer. Similar in coloring in some ways, although I don't think it goes quite as far to the indigo side, maybe. And this one, as you can see, it's got that same flake in it, or a very similar flake. I assume it's the same flake, but with a gray base, and the shimmer is not magnetic in it. I don't even know if you would call that necessarily a flake. I think of it as a flake because it's not like a glitter, and it's not like a... I think it's a flake. It's just a different type. So these ones have a similar vibe, but they're definitely not quite the same. So they're calling this a black red flake. Extra red shows at extreme angles. And yeah, it's a smaller flake. Let me just do a little... So... So you can see the color difference between these two. See how this one's like a little bit more of like a bluish purple, and this one's like a warmer purple? And they both shift to the red at extreme angles. They're a little easier to see there. I have to say I'm really happy with the new lighting setup. It actually lets me show you some of the shifts. It's not going to let me show you the most extreme shifts, but you can at least see a good chunk of the shift range. Much better than the old setup where I was not able to show very much of that. You like the really small, super cold kind of snow versus the big, wet snowflakes. Oh, not you like, but they are like. Yeah. Yes, Najwa, you're correct. They are like the small snowflakes that you get when it's cold and windy, as opposed to the big, loose snowflakes that you get when it's like a little warmer and not so windy. Okay, let's go into second coat. And yeah, I feel like I feel like for most of these I did just do 2 coats, but I can't recall for sure. So you would have to, I would have to go back to my videos, but I'm pretty sure I did 2 coats for most of these. Reminder to people watching to oil your cuticles, and that also reminded me to switch to live chat, all chat, rather than just top chat. So hopefully I didn't miss anything. Okay. Second coat, Eternal Night. There we go. And I will, of course, once we have both coats on, I'm going to show you the cat eye on the wheel in better lighting. But there's not much point in doing that when we just have the first coat down, I feel like. Whoop, I got a little too much there. Oh yeah, just paint right onto your skin. That's perfect, perfect. Exactly what you want. Very good. Listen, folks, do as I say, not as I do. Okay. So once again, the description for Eternal Night is a black jelly base with purple red shimmer and a red magnetic effect. So you're still going to get your purple red shimmer when you don't have the magnetic happening, which is going to be easier to see on the cat eye version. But there's your magnetic in the velvet style. Yeah, most of these build up in 2 coats really nicely. May you're in danger. What do you do for dinner and also have as leftovers for lunch? Dude, don't ask me questions like that. That's too hard. That's too hard. I'm doing tomorrow, so I'm not doing dinner tonight. I refuse to cook on a Thursday night after stream. But tomorrow or possibly on the weekend, I'm doing a bacon and onion tarte flambe with kale chips. That's the plan. So maybe you can do a bacon and onion tarte flambe with kale chips, because that's the only meal that I have in my brain right now. I can hold one meal in my brain at a time, and that's the next one that I'm going to do. Oh my god, bow and arrows. You have to not wear nail polish because of medical testing for a week? That's brutal. That's brutal. Ghislaine, magnetics with red pull versus your lobi. Felt. It's really rough when you're being specifically targeted while you're on a lobi. I get it. I get it. Okay. Next one, imposing power. Get that second coat on here. I love this one. This one's one of my faves. I do always really enjoy an orangey, fiery kind of magnetic. Makes me very happy every time. This one I did manage to ding after the first coat, so you'll have to forgive that there's a little spot there where it's not as even as I'd like. I love the flake in this too. It just adds to like the sort of fiery, embery kind of vibe. See that gold flake? It's so pretty. I think that's a gold flake, is it not? Oh, they say brass copper flake. Either way, super fiery, very lovely. Get that angle over there. So pretty. Pasta is always good for leftovers. That is true. Okay. Next one is Unyielding Courage. And this is the one that looks green but technically isn't, because it's like a teal base, a muted teal base with a gold, I call it gold magnetic effect or yellow magnetic effect. Yellow magnetic effect. And it's also got flakes in it. This is a silver blue flake, which is super pretty. Your family makes salsa chicken in the Instapot, and it's literally just chicken cooked in a few jars of salsa. I mean, that sounds delicious. And easy. That and a loaf of nice crusty bread, done. Or like, I don't know, have some tortillas and just make little wraps with it. So pretty. The flakes really do it for me. I'm such a sucker for flakes. Yeah, I guess my tarte flambe is probably not the easiest idea. Seeing as how it involves making pastry. Oh yeah, Spanish rice, that would be good too. Hell yeah. Now I want that. Yeah, it does have a very grungy vibe, which I very much appreciate. Arcana does grungy very, very well. They do grungy very, very well, and they do these like autumnal colors very well. And I'm not a seasonal wearer, so I really, really appreciate being able to get some good grungy autumnal colors in the spring and summer. I'm like, hell yeah. Don't crowd them all in one season, please. Let me wear them all year round. Okay, next one up is Fated Hero. This is our first non-magnetic. And obviously I love it because it's teal. Functionally, it's actually green with blue shimmer and gold flakes, but like that basically makes teal. It basically makes teal on the nail. Like, look at these three together. Shut the fuck up. Look at how gorgeous these are. Look at these. Look at them. I love them. I love them together. They're so beautiful. Delicious. You are also a grungy fall being all year round? Yeah. You think Fated Hero is your favorite, Dame? Yeah, Leo, if you can find a photo of your family's recipe, then throw it in the Discord for sure. You're looking. I'm looking. Emo traffic light. Oh my god, that's why I love it. It totally is. Okay. Next one up is, oh my god, the one with a really long name. Tears Forged Through Time. It's like I can't read that upside down with my bad handwriting when it's that many words. Tears Forged Through Time. So pretty. This one's much less like grungy autumnal and more like glowy light prettiness. I just realized I managed to get a bunch of this on my skin in the last round and did not notice it to clean it up. So that's nice. The longest names in your collection are all BCBs. I think the longest names in my collection are mostly BKLs. Like super magical and special Starborn Princess or whatever the hell. The one that we just called Pss, Pss, Pss. It does look like glacier water. You are not wrong. Yeah, curries in general I tend to prefer when it's cooler out. I agree. I am not familiar with that one, bow and arrows. I can't keep up with the BKL stuff. I kind of mostly stopped paying attention to their stuff after they rebooted just because it got overwhelming. They released too much too fast. I can't keep up. I can't keep up with everybody. Arcana, please, I am poor. Oh, I just got an email from Bee's Knees. What a coincidence. I don't know what it says, but your longest name is from Night Owl Lacquer. I'll lose my mind at least 1,000 times. Oh boy, yeah, that's long. Yeah, I've basically been on a no-buy since my birthday until PBE because I know no matter what I do, I'm going to buy a bunch of stuff at PBE. Like it's going to happen. I'm going to buy probably too much at PBE. I'm going to end up having too much nail polish. It's ridiculous. So I can't just be buying polish willy-nilly in between. Okay, second coat of Follow the Flame. This one is not magnetic. This is the beautiful flaky Wine of the Wood sibling. And I should probably put it on my thumb as well. What do you think? Gee, I don't know, Peggy. God, I'm so bad at painting my right hand. This is why you, like, never see photos of my right hand. It's so hard to paint it. Okay. I kind of did it. I didn't do a great job, but I kind of got there. Oh, so flaky. Flaky and shimmery and pretty. You tried to no buy this month? I confess I did actually. So I won a giveaway for a gift card for one brand. And so I did get a couple of polishes from them. And then, you know, obviously the gift card didn't 100% make up the full amount. And so I did technically buy a little bit. But I don't think that should count, personally. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, here's the second coat of Corrupted Wisdom. Yeah, exactly. Gift cards don't count against a no-buy. Ooh, one more week and you're getting the PLL Krellies. That's exciting. Najwa, it's your birthday month and you haven't bought anything yet? What the hell, man? Are you buying yourself a birthday present? Oh, you're trying not to buy anything until PBE? You can like save up all your birthday purchases for PBE since it's only 1 month off, I guess. Or you could buy yourself like one little thing for your birthday month. I'm just saying. In your defense, Lacquer 22 is closing. 1002 had a free shipping sale. And some kind sold on Reddit sold you Para Don't Bother Me at retail price instead of my firstborn. Well, that is a pretty good excuse, Lori. It's a pretty good excuse. I'll allow it, personally. See that? See that? Look at that. It's just pretty. It's just pretty. See, it's purple, and then it's kind of like blue indigo, and then it's like red. It's good. It's just really good. I have a patch on this nail, and you can totally see it because I did not do a good job of covering it. Normally, I try to like smooth out the patch and the full nail so that it's not as obvious, and I like do many, many, many layers of glue and sanding and glue and sanding and glue and sanding until it's like reasonably smooth, which is the only reason that my thumb looks halfway like a thumbnail. And this nail looks halfway like a fingernail. Both of these are patched to heck right now. But they just have a million layers of glue that have been slowly sanded down. But this one, see how there's like a line across it? It's because I didn't put layers. Did not layer up my patchy glue. You're gonna be in trouble at the Arcana table? Yeah. Okay, and second coat here of Scourge of the Land. I suspect that the people who love purple probably really love Arcana because they do a lot of really nice purples. And y'all know I am not a purple girl, but the number of times that they make a purple that makes me go, actually, is pretty impressive. So I'm assuming y'all purple people are into this. Because if I can appreciate it, it's so shifty. Okay, let's do some top coating, shall we? I don't always top coat with these, but certainly the ones on my nails we have to top coat. I do feel like I want to top coat everything though. Let's just go ahead and top coat everything. Just 'cause. It'll look extra pretty that way, and then I'll be able to show off the shifts easier. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and top coat both of these at the same time. Purple people eater. Now that song's gonna be in my head. It's never too cold for your birthday. I'm sorry. If you think it was too cold in February for your birthday, then you're not dedicated enough to having a birthday. It's never too cold to have a birthday, not even in February. Certainly not in February in Maryland. I'm sorry. It does not even get real cold here. Do not. As a February baby from Canada, I can tell you there's no such thing as too cold for your birthday. Oh, Lori. Lori, you anti-magnet girl. How dare. So rude. You anti-magnetic people I will never understand. I'm highly pro-magnetic. I'm like, I want all the magnetics, always. Lori, you can have amethyst. You can take mine. I think it's an overrated stone. You're a February baby from the desert where it's quite nice on your birthday. Oh, look at that. It's just so good. It's just so good. I like it. You'll take all the magnetics nobody wants? Me too, Belly. Me too. You don't understand anti-purple, folks? Well, I wouldn't say I'm anti-purple. I'd say I'm just usually not very excited by purple. It's the least exciting color for me. On average. Unless somebody does something really exciting with it, which occasionally someone does. Okay. Now, unyielding courage needs a little top coat. Getting through the top coat on the swatch wheel a lot faster than I am on my nails, partly because I'm taking too dang long. Oof. Ooh, this one's so tasty. It's so tasty. I love it. I love this one. Yeah, it Najwa, Texas is too hot so much of the year to actually go outside. I agree with you. At least if it's like too cold, then you can just put on more clothes. But if it's too hot, there's a limit to how many clothes you can take off. You know, at some point you're naked and you just can't go any further than that. Um your roommate just said that I occasionally sound like you and it confuses him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I do that to your roommate. Tell your roommate to get over it. What top coat do I use? Various. I do not and cannot use Sèche Vite because I am sensitive to toluene and it gives me a rash. Better is largely a matter of personal taste, application style, various preferences. I think that the overwhelming majority of top coats are functionally basically the same thing. And yeah, so I use a range of them. I have a bunch that I use from various different brands. The biggest difference that for me is that I have some that are like plumping top coats, and I use them more if I have something that's highly textured. And even then, a lot of the time I'll use like a smoothing base. So, you know, like Arcana has their potion of smoothing, which if any of these were super textured, I would absolutely be using this as like a top coat before my top coat. But it's not in itself a top coat. It's like it's not like protective the way a regular top coat is. So it's more of like a smoothing kind of top coat. But other than that, like, I don't have a holy grail sort of top coat that I go with. Your roommate is Canadian? Wait, did your roommate think that I sound like your roommate, or did your roommate think that I sound like you? Cuz I thought that you meant that your roommate thought that I sounded like you, Dame. The BKL email is about shipping and customer service issues. All right, then. And hello, Forever Exennial. Yeah, I haven't tried any of the toluene containing ones because I cannot use them. So I can't advise on those. Okay, so your roommate thinks that I sound like you. Got it. So the fact that your roommate is Canadian does not enter into it. I was also confused by all of this. All right. Fated Hero needs top coat on my finger. And then go back here. Tears Forged Through Time needs top coat. And also Follow the Flame, since that one's not magnetic, that can get top coat here. I really like Tears Forged Through Time. Obviously, like, I feel like you can probably tell without me having to say anything, the formula in all these is really nice. There are a couple that, you know, if you are, like, severely allergic to seeing any visible nail line, you might want a third coat. Like this one, It's a little paler, and I think you can see just barely at certain angles. You can just barely see a little bit of visible nail line. So if you like really hate that, then maybe you would want a third coat, but I don't personally. I like it the way it is. I wouldn't bother with a third coat personally, and most of them there's not even that. So yeah, they do a really nice job with their formulas, and generally speaking, if they're sheer at all, it's because they need to be, or because that's what they were going for as an aesthetic choice. But yeah, like 2 coats is like super super opaque. All you short nailed people will definitely not have a problem with 2 coats. Because holy heck, look at that. We're not focusing, but we are purple. Actually, not being in focus kind of makes it easier to see the difference in the purples. Okay. And then the last couple here. We got Corrupted Wisdom. This type of flake that's on these ones, they are very slightly textured, especially when you've got like a larger one. So if you were like really sensitive to texture, then maybe you would want to have a smoothing coat on it, or like a second top coat. But it's such a slight texture that for me, I don't feel like I need to have that. And the other ones, the iridescent flakes, have no texture once they're dried down. I generally only find that I need to use a smoothing coat for polishes that have like a lot of reflective glitter in them, or things with very large glitters. Yeah, Belly, how is she doing? She's awake now? That's awesome. I remember you mentioning that that she'd had a stroke last week. Glad to know that she's doing a little better today. That's fantastic. Hopefully she will make a full or at least most of the way recovery. It's certainly, lots of people have strokes and manage to basically be completely fine. And, or with some therapy and training, manage to get back to a reasonable level of independence afterwards. So hopefully she'll be able to recover to that extent at least. Okay. All right, let's get a nice close-up look here. So, this first one here, which is on my thumb as well, Eternal Night. And I think what I might do is try and turn off one of the lights and see if that does something interesting. Let's see what happens if I turn off one of the lights. Oh good, or maybe just turn it down. Does that do anything interesting? That might actually help a little bit with showing off some of the some of the reflective, or not the reflective, the magnetic shift. It's kind of nice. I like that. Okay, so that is Eternal Night there on my thumb and on that first one. And then we have Imposing Power on the second one and on my index nail. Yeah, I feel like having that other light off for this part helps to show some of that shift a little easier. It would be basically impossible for me to to paint effectively without that light, but it's pretty good for this part. And then Unyielding Courage. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. It's just so darn stinking pretty. And then here we have Fated Hero. Sorry, let me, there's Fated Hero. So it does look a little bit more sheer on the wheel. Most of these do look a little more sheer on the wheel. If you are using a clear tip, then you know, you might want a third coat if you're using, you know, clear press-ons, because it will be a little bit more sheer on clear. But on natural nails, I feel like 2 is enough for these guys. You get a lot more of the blue shimmer as well, I think, with the opacity. Okay, and then on the pinky, Tears Forged Through Time here, you can see that flaky, gold flaky in there. Or I think might have, is that the one that said it was Copper Flake? No, I can't remember. No, that one's a Gold Flake. Gold Flake and White Magnetic Effect. So pretty, so soft, so silky looking. I really like it. Okay, and then Follow the Flame on my other hand here. Really get that red shimmer at angles. And those flakes are super pretty. And then Corrupted Wisdom. It's the one with the dark blue base with the black glitters in it. And then it's got like that purple indigo that shifts into pink and red at angles. Does the brief mention how limited this collection will be? It does not. However, typically they try to keep stuff in stock if it's in demand. So they will usually bring polishes back. If they sell out quickly, they'll bring them back when they're able to. Which doesn't necessarily mean that they will stay in stock, but they will usually bring stuff back. So this one is Scourge of the Land. Arcana doesn't typically do, like, on purpose super limited stuff. Yeah, Belly. Yes. The super fine particle magnetics, if they were bed sheets, you would want to shave. That's yes. Yes. All right, let's get the light back here. You would want to be shaved for that because it would feel so good. It would feel so good. Okay. So that is it. That's the collection. That's the whole 9 yards. I will show you as well with the full light. So that's 2 coats here. You're getting a little bit more sheerness because you're on clear. So if you use clear press-ons, you may want a 3rd coat for some of these. And then on my nails, I was just using a clear base for this. This was not a blurring base. I don't use a blurring base for swatching, unless I'm specifically instructed to do so, in which case I would tell you. But yeah, clear base. So this is as close to naked before application, and 2 coats. So you have a pretty good sense of what that opacity is like. All right, that's it. That is the collection. Oh my goodness. Yes, you are the queen of explanations, Belly. Follow the Flames really reminds you of MC Pangea, but with flakies. Yeah, I don't follow Mooncat stuff, so I don't really know what their stuff looks like, but come on. Focus. I feel like these want to be shown off together. You know what I mean? I really like how this one looks like it's got little embers in it. And this one as well. Looks like little embers. I'm so in love with this color story in particular. Like these 4 together. Just freaking majestic. Obsessed. I love this. All right, so that is the collection. Did anyone have any questions or anything else that they needed? What comparisons? I don't know. We've got at least another 30 minutes. Listen, y'all. We don't have to go for 2 hours just because I'm willing to go for 2 hours. But yeah, if you have comparison requests, holler. What do you need? Treat time. It's not treat time. It's not treat time for cats. That's on Tuesdays. Tuesdays, they get treat time in the afternoon. It's not because it's Tuesday. It's because it's in the afternoon. They get a 3 p.m. treat and they get a before bedtime treat. It's way too early for the before bedtime treats. So the only reason you get Tuesday treats time is because Tuesday afternoon live stream it happens to coincide with treats times. The sibling shade, yeah, so Down the River Well is one of them. The other one is Wine of the Woods, which, if I can find it, is like a reddish. Oh, look at that! I immediately grabbed it. It was right there. It was the first one I touched. It's like a reddish, burgundy-ish. Well, it's a wine color. So, here, I don't really want to put it on there. I'll just put it on white. But yeah, so it's got the same shimmer and flakes from the looks of things. In fact, I bet if we swiped them both out on black, they'd probably be virtually indistinguishable. There's that one. So, over black. Yeah, very, 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 very similar. Over black. Not quite indistinguishable. I think the shimmer might actually... Yeah, the shimmer is actually a different color. But the flake is the same. Looks like. So the... This one is Wine of the Woods here, over black. I don't have Down the River Well, though. Otherwise, I would show you that. Bebe is looking to you for treats because we said the word treats too many times. I'm sorry. Ah! Oh, no. Okay, well. It's a good thing I have that plastic thing down on the floor because that landed polished side down. Fog Canyon with Follow the Flames. Gosh, Fog Canyon. How long ago was Fog Canyon? Knowing how long ago it was might help me find it if I haven't rearranged too much. Do you remember how long ago it was? Trying. You know, I think it might actually be more similar to fungal wastes. Y'all, I cannot find Fog Canyon. Your husband tried to answer out loud. Good job. Tell him I said good job, Tina. Oh my goodness. Hang on. Let me look in my photos here. Are you thinking of fungal wastes rather than Fog Canyon? Okay, you are thinking of fungal waste. Because that should be somewhere in this area, I think. Unless I rearranged. which I have been known to do. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Oof. I have my, I found my swatch wheel. I didn't find my bottle, but I found my swatch wheel. So that's fungal wastes. Here, we'll put them tip to tip. So it's quite a bit darker, grungier, a little greener. Similar. It doesn't have the shimmer. Same or similar flake though. So it's kind of a cousin. I should make a publicly viewable spreadsheet of all my polishes so you can reference what I have for comparison. Yeah, sure, I'll get right on that. Tell you what, Dame, come over to my house, make a list of all the polishes I have, and then you can make a publicly available database of all the polishes that I have. How about that? Yeah. We don't do organization around here, Dame. We don't do organization around here. Yeah, they do have different vibes. Definitely fungal waste is grungier, but they're in the same flavor family for sure. I think if you loved fungal wastes, you will definitely also love Follow the Flame. 'Cause yeah, they're in the same family for sure. But definitely different enough. I think it's very worth having both. That was a great collection too. Damn, like, oof, I loved this collection. But yeah. Don't worry, Dame, I'm clearing my schedule. I'm gonna find my way to Peggy's house and do it. Yeah. Listen, literally anytime you want to come over, anytime you want to come play with nail polish and organize my shit and go home with a bunch of nail polish, that's cool with me. Honestly, Heather, I don't know how many polishes I have. I don't know how many polishes I have because I stopped even trying to estimate when I was like approaching 1,000. And I won't even try to estimate now. I've gotten a lot since then, I'll tell you that much. We're definitely over 1,000. And I have not found a system that helps me stay organized yet. So Dame, it only took you 2 days, but you don't have as much polish as me, I think. And also updating is an issue, so I need someone to like update it as I get more polish in. I've been asking for years for a very specific type of app that works for my brain the way that my brain likes to operate, and nobody is making that app for me. And I'm not learning to code just so that I can make an app do what I want it to do. You have nearly 1,000 and you would never take the time to list all of them in a moment for computer to know exactly what I have. Yeah. It's never going to happen unless somebody else does it for me or someone builds the app. Your father-in-law asked you how many polishes you have and you said you have zero idea. Yeah. Yeah. Notion. Listen, I tried to set up a Notion for myself. I set it up. It was as smoothly operational as it can possibly be. It's just that the input process for all of those, every single app that currently exists, every single database program that currently exists has an input process that I fucking hate, and it makes me not want to do it. So yeah, exactly, Belly. If somebody else wants to keep track of my polishes, keep at it. Good for you. Enjoy. Have fun. Tell me what you come up with. I don't fucking want to do it. I won't. I can't. Notion is your enemy now. It looks nice when other people do it. Yeah, exactly. I got like over 100 in, but like, yeah, that was ages ago. It took you 2 days for 700 polishes. If someone went to my place for a week and a half, they could swatch all my polishes and catalog them. Yeah, I'm sure. And then what? And then I have a snapshot of what it was like when they came by with no idea what came afterward. And I am not keeping those other ones separate. There's no way. Things get rearranged all the time. Belly, it's okay. I understand. Here's the thing, Indecrypted. I have mapped out exactly what I want my input system to look like. And nobody's built it. And I really would like to have it. Tina, you don't touch your database until you get moments of inspiration, and then you just do as much as you can and then put it back down. Yeah. Yeah. When I get moments of inspiration, these days I will do a few cabochons. But that's as close as I get. Because I know I won't keep up with a database as it stands. So what I want is something where I can take a photo of a polished bottle. And maybe a photo of the base of it, right? The bottom of it, or the, wherever the name of the polish is. Take a photo of it. It automatically creates an entry. And then I can fill out as few or as many things as I want. That photo is associated with that entry. I would love it if it would pull the name of the polish from the photo. That would be great. But like, I just want something that's like super simple. And basically right now, my phone folder serves as my phone like photos folder serves as my database, because when I do swatching, I create photos, and I always have all these photos on my phone, and I have them in folders. But when I have finished posting them, when I have sent them to the brands and I have posted them on my socials, after that, I will sit down once a month and go through every folder and tag them all, right? So I have, they'll be tagged with the brand, the color, the formula type, and whether it was PR or paid, or just something that I purchased. And if it's part of a collection, I'll usually give it a collection name. And so those things then live as a searchable thing on my phone. I can search readily for whatever through that. So, and I also tag all my nail art as well, similarly. So if there's like a dominant polish that I've used for a nail art, I'm not listing what the polish is that I used for the nail art, but I will often take a photo with the base. And if I'm taking a photo with the actual polish name, the butt label, then my phone can also search those, and it knows what those look like. So I want a database that works more like that. I really like the iPhone database. There's no way to export it into anything else. And that really is basically what I want. You would sign an NDA and update my spreadsheet remotely for me? Okay. Yeah, I don't even have like that. I don't have that many like free hours in my life to be able to do that every day. Oh yeah, Indecrypted, I'm very much like I will pick one dominant color. I will pick one, like I might say magnetic and flaky, but I'm not going to list every single freaking thing in there. Absolutely not. Yeah, exactly, Belly. Exactly. You two need to just make that app for me, is what I'm hearing. The main thing is having the server to store all the data on every polish ever made. See, here's the thing, Ray. I don't give a shit if everybody else can look up the things. I don't. This is a problem that everybody seems to want to build into this app idea, where like other people can access it, and like other people, even if they can't see what you have, other people can access like the same catalog, and there needs to be like a catalog out there somewhere. I don't care about that. I don't need that. I need it to just be a way for me to input things and then have them there. And other people can use the same thing. And there are database apps, I've looked into those as well, where you're building your own database. It is local, but they're all limited. They're all super limited, and most of them don't have a nice input process. No, but that's the thing, Ray. It doesn't. It doesn't have to pull to find information about any polish. That's what I'm saying. It can be all 100% local. There's no reason that it needs to scrape anything from anywhere else. It doesn't need to. It doesn't need to be pulling information from anywhere. It only needs to be local. I don't care about that. I'm fine with having, being able to manually input a name. It can OCR the title or the name of the polish and have like did we get this right? Correct it. If not, you could have a drop down for the brand with an easy way to add a new brand. It doesn't need to pull anything. It doesn't need to scrape. I already answered the question that just popped up, but there's a little delay. But yeah, OCR exists. I'm willing to occasionally, correct it or like do something like that. That's fine. I actually would prefer that it not be a big database that is like scraping from elsewhere, because A, you get into trademark and copyright issues if you're scraping data. B, you have to have a public, access database, a publicly accessible database that you're hosting, and server space that you're hosting all that information on, which complicates things. And C, somebody has to maintain and keep clean such a database. And I don't care about that. All it would have to do is let me put in the thing and OCR the name of it. That's it. iPhoto already does it. I just have to add tags. I think everyone thinks about this in a way that is far too complicated. What? I wanted to search the polish every time I enter it? What are you talking about? Ray, we should discuss this later, because I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I would only be entering it once. I would only be entering a polish once into my personal database. I would be entering the information into my personal database the one time that I submit a photo with a butt label. I pull from a drop down. This is my brand that I'm putting this under. OCR the name for me. Did we get it right? Yeah. No, correct it. This is the lead photo. Here are some potential follow-up photos, however many I feel like putting in. And then it's just a database that I can search. It's just an internal database that I can search that nobody else has access to. I can just look up those fields in it and have it show me all the things. I don't need very many details, Ray. I need way fewer details than most of you want. Everyone overcomplicates it. I don't want it to be searchable by every single metric. I want the amount of information that I have on iPhone. I want identical, but I want what I have in the iPhotos app. I just want to be able to extract that information to somewhere other than Photos so that I have it in another format as a backup. No, I don't want it to fill out all the details. No. Checkbox for finish color. Yeah, absolutely. Easy peasy. Checkbox or drop down. I'm fine with defining them ahead of time. I'm telling you, it's a way easier problem than everyone assumes. I want one color option. I want multiple finish options, but that's a checkbox thing. That's easy. I'm like basically never looking for... Because I'm never going to look for a polish that is blue with a pink shimmer and reflective and magnetic, but not shimmer. Like, that's not a search I'm going to do, right? That's not a search I'm going to do. If I'm going to search for something, I'm going to be like, okay, show me everything I've got that's magnetic and blue. I need a blue magnetic for this. What you got? Right? Or I want to see, all of my Arcana magnetics. Show me all my Arcana magnetics. Done. That's how I'm going to use a database. Yeah, I want a customized database that works for me, aka Notion. However, the input method is key. I have Notion. I have used Notion. I set up Notion. I hated the input process, and I cannot keep up with the input process. The input process is the absolute stopping point for me. So basically, I just want what I already have, but I want it to be exportable. Speaking of long and tiring, none of that had anything to do with the collection that I've been showing you on my nails the whole time. But at least you've been seeing it, so there's that. You were inputting a Manny into your Notion today. Yeah, that's the same way most people set it up in Decrypted. That's the same way I set it up. It's literally just the key problem is that I am not neurotypical, and if the process flow is not something I'm already doing that I want to be doing, it never starts. The process never starts. The very first step has to be, I take a photo on my phone. If there's any step that happens before that, Like, open app, hit a plus button, take a photo on my phone. If there's one single thing that happens before that, it is never going to happen. That is my key barrier. I really need an app that lets me start that way, and then it can flow in a number of different ways after that, as long as it stays simple. But it has to start with open the app on my phone, press a little plus button, take a photo. Or I'm never doing it. Never, ever, ever doing it. As someone that hates input until I can talk to my Mac and say, I have all this shit. If I ramble about it, can you make a searchable database? No, well, fuck off then. Yeah. Yeah. You bought into nail polish rack before the Notion became popular and you can't spend time to switch. That is so real, Lauren. That is so real. I've tried almost every system out there. I've tried almost every app. And all of them have failed me. So someday someone will make my dream app, or someone will make a way to extract all that information from fucking photos. You have a book catalog app that works like that. It sucks that it can't be adapted. Here's the thing, it can. Right? It just requires the person who created the app to generalize it. It just needs to be generalizable, right? Like, it's not that hard. And like I said, there are other database creating apps that just create a private database on your phone, that, you know, work really well for inputting a variety of things. It's just either the starting point sucks, or they're limited to like 100 entries or whatever. And then you're like, okay, well, what do I do now? The book swatch method I tried as well and didn't like it. Oh yeah, the app itself isn't. Yeah. I've tried the book swatch method. I've tried swatch sticks. I've tried the book that has the little the little plastic nails in it that you paint. And I've tried Notion, and I tried whatever that, there was like an Instagram for nails kind of app, like a social media, but nails. I don't know. I can't remember what that one was called. I tried that one. The book swatch method is just literally on paper. It's just, here, let me show you. Hang on. Oof! It's behind my thing here. Book swatch. This is the thing that worked best for me out of everything so far. This was the thing that I stuck with the most. But it needs to be expandable in a way that this book isn't. And it really needs to be on watercolor paper. Lacquergram, that's the one. Thank you, Dame. Good job. Yeah, the book swatch method is the one that has worked the best for me so far, but it still failed. What do you mean, Sassy? You were here the whole time. Yeah, that's the thing. That's exactly it, Belly. All of these systems, all of these apps are designed for people that can do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and do it like on some kind of a reasonable schedule, or at least like somewhat chaotically from time to time in a way that kind of works. Whereas if I'm getting, 20 or 30 polishes every month, and I can only figure out the spoons to input, once every 6 months. That's too much. That's too much. I can't do that. Exactly. Ray was here repping the brain cell. Swatch sticks look nice, I guess. I don't like the way that they sound. And I don't know what to do with the damn things. I keep doing this because it's just so pretty. I'm so obsessed with these. I should show you the purples. Sassy, here are the purples. Here are the purples that you need to see. One of them is magnetic and one of them is not. This is a purple show specifically for Sassy. I need a swatch, bitch. I've tried. I've invited half the damn internet over to my house. I've even offered pastries. I will bake for you. If you come to my house, I will bake for you. I will cook you a meal. Just Lane, tell them I will cook him a meal. I'm pretty good at it. I know how to cook a meal. Yeah, I cannot make my brain be normal. Exactly. I can do entries in a hyperfixation binge, but I cannot do them as I go along. And by the time I get around to it, I've put them all away. Because it's not like they're all going to sit out for 5 months. Like, I can't have a big pile of PR boxes just, like, piling up for 6 months or whatever until the next time my brain decides I'm allowed to do the thing. So they get filed away. They get put in the thing. And then I don't know which ones I've done. I have no idea where I left off. When your brain is not fried from work, can I help you with some nail art you're struggling with? Of course. You'll come over next year? Deal. I'll have even more for you to do then. If when I meet you at PBE, I don't think you're a freak, I will literally go sit on a... Listen, Leo, I only like freaks. Only freaks are allowed at my house. You gotta be a weirdo to get an invite. No normal people allowed. Who's going to Canada? Birds, I'm not in Canada. I'm from Canada, but I'm not in Canada. I'm in Maryland. Yeah, Belly, where do I start? Who knows? You don't buy new nail polish until your previous purchase is organized? Yeah, that doesn't work for me. You know how much polish I got in PR over the last month? Prepping for PBE and Pride? That's not a thing. The polish, just when you're a swatcher, the polish comes in. Whether you're ready for it or not, it comes in. I have a box here. I have a box here that... When did this come in? When did the Prism Parade come in? It was during a stream. Was that on Tuesday? Was that Tuesday's stream? I haven't even unwrapped them. It was on Tuesday? Thank you, Sassy. Yeah, I haven't even unwrapped them yet. I got too much to do. I'll unwrap them soon. I'll unwrap them this weekend. But I'm not going to be able to swatch them yet because I got stuff in line ahead of them. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying there's a reason I can't keep up. Can't keep up with the thing that my brain won't let me do. I love these so much. I don't know if anybody from Arcana is here at the moment. They may have left because we were yammering about databases, but if you are here, I want you to know that I really love this collection. I think it's beautiful. Even if we did get a little bit off track. You're still thinking about that Prism Parade nail art I did? The one with the cat on the thumb? That one was really fun. Will Swatch for destashes? Oh my god, Danny, get over here. I have so much to destash. I keep telling people, come over, I'll give you food and I will give you polish. Just all I ask is that you organize a handful of things. You don't even have to do that much, you know? Half an hour's labor. I think I kept Ghislaine at work for a couple hours to pay for her destash and food. Agreed, this collection is all bangers. Absolutely. Absolutely. They always do that though. Arcana always. Like every collection. I'm always like, they cannot keep doing this many bangers, and they keep doing this many bangers. I keep thinking about that hat comment from earlier, that toque comment. And now I feel like I need to have like a gray hair toque. All right, bye, Lori. I gotta figure out food too. Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem, Dame. All right. Wrap up. We need to wrap up. So, collection drops on the 20th. I think in the evening, I believe. They usually drop collections around 6 or 7 Eastern. The information is going to be on their socials, though. So use the fuzzy yarn so it looks like hair. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it'll be on Saturday at some point in time. You'll have to look up the time because they didn't tell us. And yeah, they didn't tell us prices either, did they? I don't think I have prices. I think they're usually like $3.50 or $3.50, $13.50 or $14. I think. Yeah, I don't see pricing here. I feel like they're usually in the realm of 13 or 14. Let me just double check. ArcanaLacquer.com. Oh, they've got the pricing up. Okay, so it looks like they're $14 for most of them for the magnetics, and the non-magnetics are $13.50. And the whole collection is $102, so you get a little savings if you get the whole collection all at once. I'm just gonna click in here and see if they have. No, they did not put the date in the listing. But yeah, it'll be, or not the, I mean, they didn't put the date or the time, but yeah, we know it's the 20th. We just don't know what time exactly. 6-7, yeah. Indie Cryptid. Very good, very good. You saw 2 p.m. EST? That is entirely reasonable. I'm sort of working off of my very dim memory from previous collections, but I don't actually remember. So if you saw 2 p.m., that is very likely the case. And also, hello, Snazzy. But yeah, so it looks like the magnetics are all $14, and the shimmers are $13.50, and they are all loaded up on the website, so you can go and look and see all of the beautiful swatches from everybody up there. They've got just a freaking fantastic group of swatchers working for them, so lots of beautiful photos to look at. Yeah, I figured they had it on their Instagram. I just forgot to check before stream. All right. I think that's it for tonight. Tuesday, we're going back to uh, nail art on Tuesday afternoon streams. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. If you have suggestions, you can drop them in the Discord. There are a bunch of suggestions in there, so I may end up just pulling from one of those. There were a few really good ones that I was very interested in trying. So we'll do some kind of Pride nail art again on Tuesday. And then I think actually next Thursday, I might be able to do nail art next Thursday. I think I can do nail art next Thursday. That would be very exciting. It's 2 hours after the Firefly launch. Yeah. So the the Monarch launch is on the 19th, and then Firefly and Arcana are both on the 20th. So it's like, whew, so many launches. And yes, happy Juneteenth for everyone that's celebrating tomorrow. Sassy, I did say happy Juneteenth earlier, but Ray was the only one with the brain cell of the two of you that share it that was there at the time. So I'm hoping I have a chance to do some Juneteenth nail art tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. But yeah, happy Juneteenth. And I hope that you have a good day and that you don't have to work or do anything that you don't enjoy tomorrow. That's for the black people only. The rest of y'all work like usual. In fact, go buy something from somebody black. Or just give them some money. You know? Just a suggestion. I feel like we should all do it. If you can't do it in February and for Juneteenth, I don't know, that feels like the bare minimum, right? Yeah, nail art. Nail art, May. I think we can do nail art next week. Next week, both streams. Pride nail art. Good times. Don't forget to press all the buttons, do the things, click the stuff, and tell your friends about the hippopotamus and all of that good shit. And I'm gonna go eat because I am hungry and my brain is all done. And maybe I can convince my husband to go look for fireflies outside because it is firefly season. Okay.